Hello and welcome, welcome to the catch-up section. What did we do? Well, the next session we've got these to take into. Yeah, at least they're not spawning inside anymore. But I think I've got a bit mad. They're a little bit too far away now. That's typical. It's all you have is little tiny crosshairs to sort of figure out where you are. And sometimes all of the modders say in the Giants editor, it's not the easiest thing to work with. There's a lot of guesswork and like wondering. What I tend to do is I'll look from different angles and see, like, well, does it look close enough like that? Does it look like, and you can see I'm not too far away, but it needs adjusting slightly back. I've gone a bit too far away from the body now, and that would be in a lot of Let's Plays would be quite bad. So we need to shift that back a little. At least it's not inside. That's the main thing. We did our bread, but we did found this problem which I need to address, so that the flour is not released except by special invitation, because there's a lot of flour in there, and also it won't go back in, which is a bit odd. One of them disappeared, one of them went in, but I couldn't do it again, so I don't know what that was about. We sold all of our bread. You can see the money has gone through the roof. It was already 300 and something. Then we did the pig food, which sent us through the roof. We had a lot of pig food. We've got a lot of pig food again. I think it's gone up a lot because obviously there's a lot of wastage, and so yeah, that's another 80 odd thousands worth of pig food to sell next session. We've got all of the cannery equipment to cannery all of the cans of soup to sell next session too. But I think actually, yeah, we've also got to take the straw off the field, I believe. So let's just have a quick look. You can't actually. No, you can't visit Royal Christie's either. We can visit the field though. I'm sure we've not done the. I'm sure I said I'd got to grab the straw. Yeah, we have. So we'll grab that quantum. We'll grab this. But I think the most important thing of all is selling. But what are we going to stick down? I would imagine probably oats. But yeah, it was true. I did say, didn't I, about. I think we've got to, in the interest of reality, even though we're going to run out of crops before the end of this year, I think we're going to have to do other crops to represent the fact that the soil is tired. We've hit it for years, and we've done vegetables. It's all root crops, and although we plough, it would weaken the soil. So we're going to do a fallow year from that kind of crop. And we're going to do. Are we going to do that? If we're going to do that, we know obviously we could do a monster thing but we've got a lot of flour already. But sunflowers. If we're going to do the diesel, if we remember to switch it on, we could do that. If we was going to do it's sugar beet, no, it's still a root crop. We're trying to move away from it, so let's leave that alone. I'd love to do poppers, but it's too late in this Let's Play now. Even if the map pops now, really, I've been on here that long. It's a proper fully fledged Let's Play now. We're sort of in the what I would class the closing year or two max. So we can't do wheat. We could do some. It is true. It wouldn't be a bad thing to do a massive harvest of sunflowers everywhere, because we could make a shed load of diesel. Really? That's not a bad thing. So yeah, what else did we do? We bought and sold quite a lot of gear. We did. We're quite fortunate. We got quite a few large things, but we also lost some money. I wanted to just test my theory, which was that if you've got additional options, now the JHG models tend to the engine costs an extra 52,000. Well, the game doesn't know that. It looks at the figure, which was 100 odd grand, and we bought it and we lost 3,000, which is not a lot. But what I mean is, you've got to bear that in consideration. If you're buying and selling, then be careful of the options extras, because they don't actually come out in the price that the game was tout on. So yeah, I got caught by that. But it was worth it. It's a 3,000, but apart from that we made quite a bit of cash, but not an awful lot really. I think about 70,000, something like that. Some of the things were deals of a lifetime where you don't make an awful lot of cash. So as in the somewhere we got an Anderson merge plus Merge Pro or something. I think 31,000, and we sold it for 34. Which, if we hadn't had we've already got a beautiful 14 meter in that shed over there, so we don't need another one. So we sold that new one for a little bit of profit. Everything's fixed, sort of. Although, yeah, I want to investigate why the flour is not going back in when it should do. Yeah, you can't put the flour into a trailer or a flatbed like you can some of them. This is what confuses me about the way the Giants have done all of this. Some of these are just like you can't do anything with them, as in like you can't like hover them over here and say load, whereas the ones for like grapes and that, the little, again, like boxes, they can. It's really bizarre. I don't get the difference. So I was hoping to load them in and then put them back in, sort of like that, but I need to find a way to load them back in, otherwise this is going to be just selling product, and we don't want that. So I'm going to figure out a way to keep them inside, or that you need to press a release button to release them, or something like that for the flour only. I want the others to act in their normal way, because obviously I don't like them appearing. I like to sell them the other way, but we would miss our self-marketing. So it sort of made me that I've got to load and unload a lot, so you're going to see a lot of that really. So we need to shift these in next session. So we basically sold a shed load of cash and saw that a lot of our BI industry self-marketing's fixed. A lot of things are fixed and ready to rock and roll, to be honest. So yeah, this one I might actually stick on, although I think with this being a Giants, they'll like do what they did with the other ones. So it's a base game edit, even though everyone else has done base game edits. But it seems Mr. Smith can't get away with doing a base game edit, even though it's not truly a base game edit anymore. It's far more than that. But yeah, it is still, I can't get away with it. I did try my best to make a model for it, but it's still, I've got to do it. I'd have to do it exactly the same, because the height of the fill planes is exact. So I'd have to make, I can do it. I did sort of, but I was trying to go to make it a little bit different, but then it looked odd because the baskets were going into the body, and I couldn't get it all to sit right. So I thought, oh, just for my purposes, just do this and try to do it as a, because I think this is one of the few that's actually ready to rock and roll. I'm quite happy to move away from that one now. Oh, we still have a little bit of weirdness going on. This is the way that Giants have done these LOD things, where you've got to view from a distance, and then you've got another one which is really fine, but they seem to clash. So yeah, like, now I'm further away, you can't see the little, and it's the fact that the two LODs are like overlapping, and for some reason are showing all of the time, and that's a Giants issue. Yeah, it is. I was gonna say something then. It is amazing, right? Obviously, some of the tools that I've got, especially the BI Industries, the HVR12, that's beautiful, which it normally is a sugar beet and red beet harvester. That, obviously, I put them through the tools. There's a tool that you're supposed to, a testing tool for all mods, and it makes me laugh. All I've done is put a mod desk on it, and it says, you really shouldn't use this 4K 4096, it's well too high. And then it says, and there's an 8K image, and I'm like, well, Giants, you're telling yourself off, because I never did that, you did it. So drink your own medicine. So it's quite amazing that they've obviously done something that if they run it through the tool, tells them off. But it just made me tickle a little bit. That it is true though, there's a lot of things, this tool, it's a testing tool, and it loves to say fail. It loves to say fail, so it'll do all the testing, and I'm like, yeah, but all I've done is stuck a mod desk on that. So you're telling me, you are telling yourselves, Giants, that yours is a fail. So I'm going to have to like wade through and fix what you've broken to make this tool say I've succeeded in making a mod. Yeah, it moans about HTML language, and I'm like, well, I've not done any of that. That's down to you, Giants. So I've got to fix something that they've broken to make them the tool work. It just does make me chuckle. Oh, welcome to the world of modding. The strange and the definitely the strange. But I'm going to leave it there. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed the session itself. I always think the winter session's the pivotal one where it's actually worth watching because you see how you really got up, and I mean there's quite a lot of time lapse where we did the selling of the bread and this. Well, the pig food didn't take very long at all, so no time lapse for that involved at all. But yeah, that's it. We're up to 578,000. I never thought we would source. We at the beginning when I was on the first Let's Play, I've got to be honest, it was a real drudge until I started to do that factory there, the soup and cannery, and that was a real turnaround for me on the Riverbend Springs. Then we started to earn a bit of cash, and there's no cheating involved. We just obviously brought a second line of businesses into that, and also a more lucrative one, because the suit factory normally is very expensive to buy, so that's already a cannery anyway, so it seems silly to me not to bring that in. It seemed very illogical to actually just make different cans than were already in there. So I have done some greenhouses. I'm sort of do this because although it is mainly in the Let's Play, it's also sort of showing you what I'm working on as well. So we've done greenhouses. I started off with these small greenhouses. Actually, it's not. It's a monster. It's about twice the size of the standard one. Can I show you a standard one? Standard glass is that one. You'll see that mine was rather a lot larger than that. So it's a large glass greenhouse, but obviously, actually glass is one of the cheapest things in the world to make. Plastic probably beats it. Yeah, I've got these ones here. You'll see that it's got the sign for, now this is a standard greenhouse, but a standard tarp. You'll see it's not a standard though. It's got the BI Industries, and it has even got a bit of a fill plane of manure going in, but it's not quite right. I don't know what I need to do to make that a bit better. I've got this, which is grapes and olives, and I have this one, which I changed. It was long grain rice, but I thought if we're going to link this to mainly grain mills, actually the original rice is better. And I've shrunk it so it only does 24 tons a year. Otherwise, it's a big field, the equivalent to a big field of rice. So, and I mean a big field as well, because having done rice, that would take quite a bit of doing on would be a really large field. So that's the equivalent to a large field of rice. What it churns out per month. Although I've not tested the cycles on this one, but that's my standard model, and that I'm going to be running a lot of these on Let's Plays. And I've also got with that to work with that. Grapes and oils actually is a production. I think I've changed the colour now to. I haven't. Oh, I have. I've just not changed the picture. That's it. I'm going to say I did it a really lovely. So that's the grapes and oils factory that does, as it shows on. It does do pig food. I added that yesterday. I thought, well, it's realistic. We did it for the oil factory, so we've done it for that. There's only a bit because there's not much wastage, but it does all of those oils as well as. It's showing grapes in the oils. No, it's showing grape as an input. No, it's got all of the standard things that you would do with grape juice, raisins, obviously waste from the waste, edible things, pig food, and all of those oils. So it mixes quite well. I did the two to go together really, as you've got like a start of the business and then you've got the finish of the business. So those. I'm almost ready to sort of release most of these. There's just a little tiny bit of cleaning up to do where I'm not quite happy with placement of, like where you put stuff. It's all the field points are a bit generous and stuff like that, which if you're going to release it for other people, I might put up with that, but I'm like, but people are going to like this. Although I suppose, no, you say that, but like the Omatana, if you like run up to this is very, this was, this isn't the Amazon, actually, I can't show you, but this is similar in so much as it's. Mine's not quite as. Omatana's as crazy. You're like over here and it says Phil. You can be like half a mile away and it's. I mean, that's generous, what I'm trying to say. So I suppose mine are ready for release, but I don't like that. It's a bit too good, is my point. I don't like the fact that it splurges and is really missing the lorry because it's too far away, but it will let you get away with it. I don't like that. It's sort of, I mean, we all make that mistake, but if you're trying to create content that's realistic, then obviously you want that kind of thing to be right. So, yeah, so that is where I'm going to leave it. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the session. Right, all problems are now fixed. Well, I won't say all. No, there's one thing I have not figured out, and that is, this is the model that actually does the self-sufficiency will tip out from the pipe. I have my, I've still got the same problem with the pusher. It doesn't want to let go of the thing from a pipe. And this is I thought, well, perhaps this I did as a silo then, not as a production. And then when I looked at it, I thought, no, it's a production, so you can use the pipes with a production. I did a bit of swizzling, so I think this may actually be one of the few. Yes, it's a little bit very generous because it's trying to feel from the. That might be it then. Yes, let's just try something. Let's try and. Oh. We're grabbing from that. Now, that is the point that you can stick it back in, can't you? I was forgetting that was right next to that. Yeah, you can still dump it. Brilliant. That's excellent. It really is. Yeah, really, really good. So I've fixed most of these problems, almost all of the. And yeah, this is the one that, of course, has got 2 lines. Yeah, it's not a mistake. No, it's true. The model originally for this had got 2 lines. So the first line goes there and then the second line goes there. It's a little bit far out though. I best to correct it a little, I think. That's a little bit. Yeah, I've moved almost all of them. Again, thinking of the time when this is released, people are going to want this to be exactly like where it should be, as close to this as possible so that it takes the minimum, because it is already fairly big. Although it is quite amazing because they're round. I had 3 of these in a very small area because you can sort of close them around each other almost like a square, as in they're each one is a corner of a square, and they all of the yellow chevrons can be made to sort of like fit. So I still stick to it that I've actually chosen a really good realistic type, sort of as realistic as possible sort of shape for this. Now then, yeah, no, we've got that back. That's the thing that I was wanting to look at to see, is the bakery back? It should be. In fact, no, I did know because I sort of snuck in a few days ago and I've been working on it. So I had a mass few works on a lot of the mods. Yeah, because also the other things, I've changed the chicken model slightly. It stopped working, and I think it was the mod desk, the declaration of like, so really it should also have the pallets not spawning there anymore. So yeah, it's got black, quite dark black as well, so that horrible grey. It's still all a bit grungy. It's got a grunge decal, which I'm going to work actually, because I'm trying to play all of the BI Industries ranges a little bit used, and these models look really nice. They do, there's no denying it, so I'd like to grunge them a little, because it sort of belies. I mean, I like the models, they look lovely, but what I'm trying to say is if you're trying to go for something like slightly grungy, it's a little bit older, slightly worn, then you've really got to like do that. Now I believe, aren't we trying to be doing the bread? Haven't we stopped in December for the bread? Oh, I hope I'm not deleted the last session. But yeah, we're going to leave the soups and that pig food we could do though, because that's really good, and that is a good. It's on perfect green as well. That's probably why I was up there with this in the first place. Yeah, I still like the chickens to wander a bit more. I thought I'd broken it by having I've actually put it in a little because I thought I was trying to figure out what had happened, why it wasn't working. A lot of the mods stopped working, and I think it was the fact that I was 2 iterations away from the mod desk matching what it was supposed to do. So I would want pig food, which is the cannery. I've used this, the Cannery Mark II, as this is in my mods. This beautiful cannery in Soup Factory I've used for almost the base for everything. Yeah, it's true, because it's got the pig food and a loading station automatically in it. I wanted to. Yeah, that's it. Fantastic. It's all. Yeah, I love it. It's working. So we want pig food. We should just about almost get it full in. should make us... Yeah, I mean, it's coming good now on this. And JMGaming's left a response. I was determined I was going to do it the weekend where I could concentrate properly and do a good response. And literally straight after this episode, I'm going to yeah, there's a lot. They have to comment to say that the Risoux Giants have not sort of like released his map was because they've got their own silver run. I think, yeah, that makes quite a lot of sense, really. That you know, they would like do that because they obviously do sort of suit themselves in that. Which, if you've got a grand design like that, but it's still not been released a couple of days later, the silver run is now. No, it's just, it is a bit sensitive. We know it's sort of like a little bit. So we'll also get an extra 50% than what it actually said. I like this. It is amazing. Yeah, it's sort of, and also again believable. I mean, you do see little kiosks and farm shops in Britain quite a lot. So obviously they're just marking up the price that they would normally. Wow. Is a phenomenal. I don't think I've ever seen that on Hard Economy since I started. That kind of money. I mean, it's not just from that one thing, but it is amazing. Right, so I believe we do have a. I think he's by the shop actually. The telehandler. Right, I believe he was right where we were. Yes, fantastic. So we want, I think it's bread as well. So this is going to be a place I've never been before on Hard Economy. Oh no, it is. Yeah, 57. You see, it can't read the fact that we're going to get more from BI Industries because we get the extra 50% as well. So although it's true, it's not true. if that makes any sense at all. So let's get bread. I'm hoping we don't lose it because I don't think I saved it at all. Whenever I came, some lights on as well. And I thought it was going to come in here, and I did this a couple of times. I went on one of the other Let's Plays as well, and I thought, we've got the win. I mean, I was going to come on this anyway. I was determined, but I was hoping. I thought, but I'm sure it's going to be an easy time today, because all you've got to do is go through the winter. Yeah, right. What about a shed load of bread to put on everything? So, yeah, is it? No, I think it probably is. Is it? Probably, if we make a clean run of that, it's not very far, is it? Do we grab like 3 or 4 of these a bit scruffily, if we can, and like rush them over? I was thinking if we can. That's 4 times I clicked that, and I didn't move, so it did work. So why so many attempts? Let's try and stick them like that, and then I reckon a bit of effort, not just about get. The trouble is, it's still just as faffy if you're loading onto a truck. It is. So if we can just try to grab, you've got to grab the bee literally under them all, and one of them's not got. No, still not got it. No, not quite under enough. And that might grab it. Right, let's do this. Yeah, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. No, I thought so. Yeah, these ones you can't actually. Now, one of them went back in, so that's a bit odd. But then I can't repeat that again. So I thought I'd stopped, but I don't think you can stop. But one of the other modders has done like a lever thing. I'm gonna have to see if I can like try and do a release mechanism myself, to be honest. Because I mean, you can sort of reel it, but I just don't want the flour like letting go. So there's got to be a way to say hold, because like otherwise, I mean, we've got 3 tons of bread left in, and at the minute it would be almost an impossibility to actually get that to pop, because there's a lot of flour. We need to be able to put this back in as well. So yeah, we don't want any more spawning either, which you're gonna do if I'd like. Yeah, we're not gonna get it lots. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. I think for the flour, we don't want to sell the flour, obviously. That's, yeah, the breads we've done. I'll try and figure something out for that. I knew this was a problem, and I knew I sort of said it on when Calmson was Calmson. I said, ooh, because I'd actually put the multigrain down instead of one of my own, and it was doing the same, and I was like, oh, that's a bit of a problem. So I tried to combat it by not allowing it to like spawn, but it's a product of the. I don't think you can like do it like that, because obviously Giants have sort of made almost everything semi-automatic, so there's a lot of things you don't have to do. You've got to stop it or change it, because naturally if it's a process, it's going to follow that process, and that is one of them, I think. So yeah, I'm going to have to figure out a way to like stop the flour spawning, because that's the only trouble with doing a double thing like that, where it produces something that you actually want to be in a chain. It's going to like throw that out as well, because you're producing it and it's done, and then there's a storage slot opens, it's going to like pop up and wait in that storage area, which is of course the way it's designed. And of course this is it. If you're going to do a production where you're like doing the two together, this is where you get a bit of an issue. So then, remind myself, no, we've literally done all of that. So I've got this, I'm quite happy with this now. It's the little stick is slightly hovery, but it's ever so hard to get a very slim thing perfect. I'll give it another shot though. So I've got the self-marketing and I've got a map sell point, both with their own unique things, so you can't get them mixed up. And this obviously is you selling yourself, so it's got a bigger markup than the map sell point, which I think it's got a 20% markup, which is still good. It's selling it to, yeah, it's worth having one on the map. Yeah, so the only thing that's not working properly is the production silo. I can't, yeah, like we found on this very Let's Play, that I couldn't grab the line back out. And I've done quite a bit. Well, I've looked. I can't see that anything that I've done wrong. I've tried to compare it to the self-sufficiency that is working, that you can draw things from the pipe, and I can't see any difference at all. So it's really bizarre. I have no idea why that one will not allow me to use the pipe. So we're in the month of December. Wow, 518,730. That is, I think, yeah, Silver Run actually, with similar things as well. The soup business is a cracker if you've got all the triple soup and all that type going. The bread business is a good one too. This was what started us going. It's beginning to come into its own, and of course we've now got the fact that we can do no, it's just I had a bit of a brainwave, but no, it's already doing that. So yeah, basically we've got the noodle soup to be doing now with the eggs when they start to come through really well, which we've got 267 chickens, some little ones as well. So this should serve us really well going forwards. I'm really pleased. So then, that's all of our businesses done that we can sort of get to. I'm going to put it like that. There's a little bit of bread left, 3,000 litres, so 3 that are somewhere tucked amongst a lot of flour, so we'll have to forgo it. We've sold the pig food for a fortune. The soup we could sell again, but let's just check that the production's got enough of that we're not running short on. Not quite. Another month or two though, and I think we will. I mean, that we can't do anything about the potatoes. They're like literally fully. But so yeah, the carrots are good. I would say 2 months, and the red beet and the parsnips are going to need topping if we've got extras of that. I think we have. I'm sure we have. So then finally we can get through this month to 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, January, on the eve, well, we are now, in the next year. Yes, I shall respond to JMGaming's thing, and yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it's true. It is a forestry map. Obviously, Risoux Forest is a forestry map. I always recognise that. Ooh, now that's a lot of Easter eggs. Perhaps I presume we must have. Ooh, I may have put it a little bit too far right now, Mr. Smith. That's a bit what? Yeah, I need to adjust that in a little now. Oh, they do actually wander out a bit more then. Oh, wow, they are quite sort of widespread. You wouldn't want too many showing though, would you, than this? Or I think Giant said they'd have improved that, the amount of animals that can sort of show, but I'd never reached a limit anyway, so that's not bad. Oh, wow. That's, oh, the rootster that's only just sort of popped in. That's very reasonable. We do want to buy a big one though, I've got to be honest. We do, I'm trying to think if the, no, mine's not ready yet. That's the, oh, that is ours. It is. Is it? XL Liquid Tanker mod? I'm not sure it is. No, it is. Anything that says 77,777 is a BI Industries one. We've already got one, I think, but we could sell this little lot. I mean, some of it anyway. Oh, we can actually afford it outright. It's quite amazing. So, yeah, that's a normal. We can sell that too. That's enough to make us a bit of cash. I'm going to sell the big things. I'm like deciding the little things like the 10 granders and stuff like that. They can, yeah, we'll let them wander. Not sure whether to keep. No, I know. If I was going to do that, I know what I'd do. Yeah, I'm working on one. It does actually work as well. It really does. It does actually work. Right, we could do the cotton ones on, I think. With this very thing, I think. Oh no, I'm not sure we can. This really feels very smooth. Yeah, so silver runs out. Am I bothered? Not at all. Am I thinking of going on it? Not really. No, not unless you guys and gals say, yeah, can you go on silver? And we'd like to see that. That's the only reason I'm going on silver. Yeah, I thought we'd be able to do that. Right, so then, yeah, it's a beautiful map. Don't get me wrong, but I'm sure that forestry must be fixed, or else Giants would not have released a forestry map. So they obviously have, and I would imagine a lot of people will breathe a sigh of relief who are firm forestry fans, and some people do. I mean, I did to begin with. It was like literally one of those things that I did because I couldn't get on with the farming to begin with. But now I obviously can. In fact, I think I decimated too many forests. Is the truth? It's the truth of the matter. When I was, I was a real forestry decimator. I really was, which is why I can sort of pick the tools back up and still knock the rust off after a few trees, and I'm sort of straight back in the swing of things. Yeah, that's quite apt, really, the swing of an axe. But yes, it's true. So let's grab this and sell it. We're still obviously looking for a big machine ourselves. Hopefully we'll get one. If not, next year we could sort of buy. Oh, the snow on the roof's beautiful. Yeah, so did I finish the comment about JMGaming? I think I did. Yeah, I'm basically going to give him, like a answer is, we're going to sell the tractor. We don't sell the tractor. Definitely not. Right, so that is it. It's in the month of January. How are our chickens looking? Do they need any food? Or not really, no. 798 litres. We'll wait until there's a little bit more eggs, I think, to grab them. So we're going to go straight through till February. And I think it's April for... we've still got the straw on the field, I think, haven't we? I said I wasn't worried, but you couldn't do it with the snow on the ground anyway, so I'm not worried. We've got that beautiful quantum. We never have got a baler though, have we? Oh. got plenty of... ooh, another harvest. I think the one is enough on this Let's Play, if I'm honest. It might fib though. Yeah, I was going to say, I think the engine always fibs on this one. But yeah, I'm not sure. This might be a trick. Now, if I lose money on this, I lose money. 149,000. I'd like to see if that actually works if you stick options on, because I don't think the options actually, you know, like show up. I think I might well have for once lose cash on this because it doesn't work it out on the. So 149,000. This is going to be mainly get stock. Yeah, we did. I thought so. It was worth it sort of doing just to see, but I am right. So anything like that with options, it's a no-no. I lost $3 there. I'm not worried. I knew it wouldn't be a lot. I just wanted to do it to sort of show that, well, as all, that it really is not a good idea to sell things like that. And let's have a look. Check the chickens. I think we're probably able to afford to go one more month. Oh no, I was looking at the eggs for the food. Nope, we're still good. Yeah, it's going down about 2,000 per month, and then we'll also shift the eggs as well. And we actually want to go back. No, 9 will do for tomorrow. April. Mind you know, there could be some things. I'm trying to think. We did. Yes, it probably would be sunflowers again. I think we'll do a bigger field because obviously. Oh, did we switch that on? The making of diesel. This is true. Did we? We put them in, which was a nice victory lap, but we still haven't. I don't think we put the biodiesel on, did we? Oh, I don't know that we've got all the ingredients. I've changed this. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I've removed the need for the mineral feeds in so many recipes because it was hampering, and it would hamper anybody else as well. That's the entire reason from doing this, and that was always like that. So the biodiesel, it's a higher cost. Whatever extra chemicals we need to put in to make this process happen. Yeah, I do need to knock that down though. It's got the 100 from the stones still in it, so we just want it to be 2,000 straight swap. Yeah, so that needs adjusting a little, but yeah, at least I've taken it out of most of the things that it was stopping things happening. So yeah, road salts. Hey, just going through to show you what I've actually done. I think that I think it was the might have left it in one. No, I haven't. No, that one used to have it in. It looks like a clean sweep, removed it from everything. You know, there is a bit of loss on that, but that was done on purpose. It's not the end of the world loss, but yeah, it's a little bit to make it happen, but the costs are lower because, you know, like you're almost supplying all of the things that you need to make this happen. So yeah, that's how I like it now. I think that's going to be more palatable for everybody. So let's just have a look. The Amity defoliated. Is that the BA? No, it's not the BA Industries one. Ours is a different colour. Ours is mainly black. But that is it's not a bad thing for us to buy though, is it really? That will be, in fact, most of that. It's actually really good. Really good. So I think we'll buy that and the John Deere. Indeed we will. And we want to buy the John Deere, which hopefully has got no options. It was a valuable lesson. I did always say that if like it catches me out, I would like stick to it. Might as well grab all of this because we. And is that the quantum? It's the real normal Grimmy, isn't it? Not the super one we've got. It is still actually. Well, you would make a little bit of profit on it, but I'm not. Yeah, we'll that's a really good price for that, isn't it? Really, let's be honest. Let's borrow you. I was hoping that we'd like the snow would disappear, because let's be honest, it's a bit. It's not very easy to do farm work if you are facing this. So let's grab the seed hawk. we keep the merge? We've got no. I mean, our grass. Well, we have not got any grass, but if we did, we've got that beautiful thing. But then the windrow, we've got a big. I think it's not. Oh, it is going. I think it's not a bad idea to actually keep the merge spray. It's a beautiful bit of kit. Oh, hang on. Have we already got one? I'm sure we've already got a big windrow. It's a couple of weeks since I've been on the Let's Play, because I was struggling with like a lot of. I've been doing a lot more modding, fixing mods and things like that, and designing. So sell you, yes. It's 20 odd grand profit, excellent. So let's have a look. Let's just check our equipment. It's true. I'm sure we've got a nice windrower. John Deere, that much I know, but the minis. Adapter Dragon, Schnufflestuck. It's not a Manitou, New Holland. It's the we did, yes. You know, that is a nice one. We're going to stick to our original. I do like the. Let's grab the John Deere, I think, and sell that. I'll grab that and the very thing we're talking about. It's a shame, but I've got to be honest, I think with our tractors, we've got to, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can always do more, I suppose. No, I'm going to let it be. I am. We're going to leave it alone for this time. I'm not saying we won't get another one, but not that I don't like the John Deeres at all. Not that. It's like just that you've got lots of Let's Plays with them as lead tractors. Just, 7. Ooh, wow. Made a 3. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, 3,000. It is. Yeah. That is correct. For 1 minute, I thought, sure, I didn't sell the class. It is a horrifying moment. I was on this very Let's Play when we sold that beautiful potato thing. Yeah, that was a horrifying moment. Yeah, when you sell something you don't want to sell, like if you sell a tractor, you've only got one recourse, so that's to reload the game again, really. If you just sold your lead tractor and you're like, no, that moment of horror, it hits you and you think, no, I've just done an hour's work and I've got to reload the game. Yeah, it's the amount of times that I've had mod crashes that have done that. It is so annoying. So that one didn't get very much either. Again, this is the trouble. Sometimes the price is stupendously good, so therefore it's really better for yourself. It's still made for 3 grand. It's not bad. So up to 578, 738, and yeah, the Grimmy will leave. We've obviously got that Super Grimmy. I don't think this is this is a standard Grimmy. But even it's still brilliant. But obviously, the one we've got a bit super. It is actually. It's a bit of a game changer. So we're in the month of March, and it has now cleared. So I think I'm going to leave this as a short session, so that yeah, I think our soups probably are for selling right now, and also those couple of months are up. So I should say we need to top the cannery back up with the soups of the carrots and that probably just run out. No, not really. Carrots, plenty flour. We need to put the eggs in, don't we? Oh, it's because it sucked the last ones up. Potato. So red beet has gone. I thought it would have been, and the parsnips have gone. So we need to stick those back in, and I do believe we have got plenty in storage. Yeah, we have. Not so much of the red beets. They're going to run out at some point because the triple soup is a good little earner. And yeah, they're all on the... Oh, our pig suits up to 55,000 again. So we need a good session, next session, of selling them properly. So again, we're going to make a shed load of cash. We might actually be able to afford a brand spanking new super duper. I think now the Quattro's done its thing, I think if we were going to do it, and it's still going to be a lot dearer than we can afford right now, I would probably go for So I'd like to go for mine. It should be back in it. It wasn't showing yesterday because I did a mistake on the i3 on the yeah, it's back again. Fantastic. Now you will notice it does do everything we want. It's only got 10 cubic meters hold because it's I'm working on one to make it bigger. That's the so that's the original. That's the souped up one. Yeah, that one is, yes, 12 kph. Yeah, BI Industries, you would see it's the BI Industries colours, and I think that looks a little bit special. I've got to be honest, that is one of the best models that the BI Industries has released. Yeah, and we are working on increasing the hopper size so that you can sort of get about 18 tons in the hold, in that holding grid. So it's up to 10 tons at the minute, which is a bit of space compression by BI Industries, which we're renowned for. But so we are going to like literally extend that so that it then becomes quite a reasonable little harvester. It's a super duper thing. It's a bit special with the, it doesn't really need a defoliator for vegetables. It's got like a built-in vegetable puller, but it can't do the potatoes yet. They've not quite cracked it on like grabbing the potatoes. So that's the original Amity. This looks very similar design. It's of course it does look quite a bit different. Wink wink. No, there's no denying the fact that it's had I the ability to, I would have actually changed it somewhat, and I am intending to on this one. That one's going to be, yeah, I wanted to see the test to see if the name would appear, and that's the 7770 defoliator, which actually should have those very numbers on it. Yes, it has. The modelling worked excellent. I do love it when a plan comes together. Yeah, that does look nice. It does. So yeah, that's quite a lot of work gone into that one. And now we've got the Grimmy back as well, which only does those two though. Yeah, if we're going to buy a brand new one, I was thinking, obviously now the Grimmy, the one, it's under vegetable technologies actually, whereas the one that I want is, I think that's under vegetable technology as well. I think all of the special ones. Yeah, I would have gone for the Quattro, but now it's like got two models, a potato model. It's now sort of gone out of my price range, whereas that one that I've worked quite a lot. Now that one is a cracker. If we get a little bit more, we could have bought it just, but it would cripple us. If we do our selling of our soup, we might well. I mean, we're going to still go through the year, so we're not going to need it till the back end. So we'll see. It could load. It could sort of fall itself. So I mean, don't get me wrong, the Quattro is still very good when you compare it to the I don't know how you would pronounce that. My English brain refuses to like. I bet it's a silent K, or it could be a silent Z. It's a Kivsi, I would guess. That's, yeah, but I think that is the beautiful beast that we've had on 2 Let's Plays. Is the one that I will probably opt for. Of course, if we got any of the other big ones in second-hand, you know, like the sales, but yeah, it is sort of, that's a mod I'd like to have a go at. Designing a second-hand equipment mod where you could bring a bit of grunge in on the tractors that were, like, in other words, they were barn finds, but I don't think you could get rid of it. I suppose I could do it as a paint, and then you've got to buy another paint, so when it lands it always has the grunge, but you can change the paint colour. That way you're having to spend a little bit, well, no, I suppose that it would be realistic if I put a cost to the paint, not a lot, but just to represent the fact that you had to clean the filth off or whatever. I suppose I could allow a cleaned version of the same, the basic colours, and then allow all the colours as well. That might be a bit more kind. Yeah, I am considering doing that. So, yeah, we are working on models, but I'm actually doing a proper model. I've done a model, but I can't figure out how to swap it, to bring it in. I've had a few sort of fails. I shall show you one. This is my big barrel that does, oh no, that's not how you get to that. Yeah, if you, neither's that. Do you know, Gordon Bennett. Right, yeah, this is my larger tanker. No, so that's not. It is that one, large general tanker. It says, and it should be, because that red tank sitting on the top is actually twice as big as that. But for some reason, it's sort of like, I mean, it used to crash on the floor. What I need to do is redesign the trailer, take the existing thing off, put it into Blender, and then stick the bigger model on and then bring it back in. I was sort of trying to be clever and almost load it like a LOD, which you can actually do, but I think the fact that the Giants do pull a bit of a blinder in FS25. They cover this with like a gunk, so you've got to like rip the gunk off to get to it. So it means the only way I could get to that trailer was by ripping the in Blender, which would take me quite a long time. And I've done it. I mean, I did it for that one. That tank is a rip, as in you can see there should be holes where those two little indentations are. Now they're filled with new planes in Blender, so as you can't see where the holes are, and it should really, yeah, you can see where the circles are. They were like holes right next door. You can see the metal sort of glints a little bit differently to the rest. That's because I fill planed it. I literally filled it in so there were no holes, because there's not much use of a tank with holes. So yeah, I'm going to literally work on that, but that's a fail. I couldn't quite do it. You can see it's a 27 tonner, but it is actually, it probably should be more than that. But I was thinking about the realism of the existing BI trailer is a little bit cheeky, so I thought, well, let's go. That should be physically twice as big though, as you can actually see there. So I don't know why it's showing it as that small. It's almost like the game's thinking it's an Abbey trailer, and it's been blended. It's been taken out. When you see it in Blender, it's a monster. It really is double that size. So yeah, I don't know what I've done my own trailer as well, but I'm having difficulties with the straps. So it is very similar to the TPS, but it is a completely blended mod. But it is very similar to the TPS for one reason only, because I've got to be honest, I like the rings. I mean, they've all got them on. Yeah, I've done similar to, I've just done like, yeah, like those red ones, little red Tauruses, donuts, as you know, but Taurus is what they call them in 3D modelling. So I've got little Tauruses all the way down, like it's got on the TPS. But they are, you can see it's individual work because they're not quite perfect. But it's a homemade trailer, so I thought, well, I'm going to run with it. I don't mind if it's not quite perfect. But I can't. It's actually crashed the game engine when I brought it in, so it's a work in progress. But it's not far off there. It's something I'd like to work on today to see if I can finally crack making something from absolutely scratch. It'd be a nice feeling. I mean, the others, yeah, most of my work so far has been like tweaking existing models. I do like these. I'm thinking of like this, maybe this particular sort of mesh, because it's obviously I'm trying to use reclaimed materials now. A plasticky type mesh would be the cheapest to make as a substance that you could use for a silo, whereas wood, really, even reclaimed wood, is sort of quite expensive nowadays. So all of these beautiful silos would still be a little bit expensive, so I'm sort of considering doing them all like that kind of, because I do actually like this. I fell in love with this on the BGA model I did a long time ago. Yeah, the mesh. So it could be a plastic mesh, and we could colour it all, so they're all unique colours like we have now, but they'd be moving away from the wooden model, because that would be rather expensive to do, and that sort of goes against the whole BI Industries sort of like thing. Right, anyway, I've been your ears for long enough. Yeah, I'm going to say my goodbyes, and then I'm going to do the catch-up section. So I'm trying to keep consistently to it. Really, we could keep this standard, but I just want to like keep consistency so that you come in and you see me like talk about what we did that session and all the rest of it. So yeah. So all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.